holding my breath and I'm ready to go. I'm falling right in and I'm ready to go. I found what I want and I know that we're on top, so I'll tap in and I'm ready to work.
Broadcasting from Central Kentucky, the headquarters of the Dr. My Budget podcast, where we discuss how to grow your personal wealth without having a major impact on your current lifestyle. Here is your host, Dr. Dan, the Finance Man.
Welcome, everyone. Today is Monday, June the 5th. I'm your host, Dr. Dan, the Finance Man, and we are officially at the 2-month mark. So very excited about what's going on. If you are appreciating these shows and the content that we produce, would be grateful if you would like, follow, subscribe, drop a comment below. And it just lets us know that, hey, we need to keep doing this, keep getting this message out. Today's episode is sponsored by Nexa Mortgage and MLS ID 2296654. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home in the near future, we have a team of professionals in both the real estate as well as the mortgage industry that are ready and willing to help you. To learn more, you can reach out to me directly at drdan@drmybudget.com, or if you would like to reach us by call or text, you can reach us on the Make Kentucky Home Group at eXp Realty phone line at 859-429-0552, and we'll answer all of your questions and comments. So let's dive in. My guest today is the reason all of this exists. 10 years ago, this guy took a chance on me, and none of this happens without this guy right here. I am grateful for the opportunity to have him on the show today to share his wisdom and knowledge to the real estate agents that watch the show, and also to the consumers that are looking to buy and sell in the industry. And I'm also honored that he took time out of his busy schedule to be on the show. Please welcome my friend, Bo Smith. Bo, how are you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great, Daniel. I really appreciate the opportunity. You might have been embellishing there a little bit, but I'll go ahead and let you run a little bit with it.
Okay. Well, none of this exists without you, sir. You took a chance on me, so I'm always thankful for that.
I appreciate that.
So for those that don't know who Bo Smith is, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, God. Well, we'll just jump into the relevant side, which is real estate and everything else like that. Of course, way back in the day, I graduated from the University of Kentucky and really embarked on a career in sales after that. And fast forward 2011, I got my real estate license. I'd actually come from, your side of the business, Daniel, the mortgage industry, right? So I was a mortgage broker for, 12, 13 years, I think, and moved into new construction and real estate after that, and became a principal broker. And the rest has kind of always been in that real estate, mortgage, I guess, new construction, home improvement. I mean, all things real estate. So bring it up to speed for where I am today. I'm the principal broker for Keller Williams Commonwealth. And I spend most of my day helping agents either, hit their goals or catch their goals or just grow themselves, and obviously a lot of work on compliance. So that's where we are.
All right, man. That's awesome. Congratulations on your success.
Yeah.
So what made you get involved in real estate?
You know what? It's interesting. So coming out of the mortgage industry, I was kind of already in it. I tell people I got into real estate, and I kind of started on third base. Really, because in the mortgage industry, I was working with the same people that I'd be working with in the real estate industry. Same people, just a different part of the process, right? I had a desire to get into new construction because that was something that I was pretty passionate about. So dove into real estate. New construction was my specialty, if you will. And of course, as you know, in this industry, whatever lane you're in, you're going to get pulled in different directions, right? So that obviously led to selling resales and everything, and then jumping on the leadership path. Real estate, just a great vehicle, I think, for anyone, because it can be so many different things.
Yeah. So if you had your one niche in real estate or niche, what would you say that is? So what's your specialty?
Oh my gosh, it's interesting because it's evolved now. I don't do a tremendous amount of personal production. I mainly work with just people out of my database, referral based. Right now, I guess my niche is leadership, training, coaching. That's where I spend the bulk of my time, whether I'm traveling across country as a MAPS Bold coach, or I'm in the market center teaching, or teaching at a regional level, or just talking to people on Zoom. So, I mean, that's probably where I spend most of my time.
Okay. So what are some of the current projects you've got going on right now?
Well, so another spoke in the wheel, if you will, real estate investor. My wife Tara and I, we single family, multifamily, vacation property project that we've had going on. Kind of slowed down a little bit back during COVID, and yet starting to get some traction again. Is we love the Red River Gorge area, so we're currently putting the infrastructure in to build a small. I'm going to call it a small development, only because it's going to be multiple cabins and stuff like that. But we're pretty passionate about that. We love that area. So that's a project that's going on right now, and getting the infrastructure in, water, sewer, electric, and everything like that. And it's going to be pretty cool. So working on that, and then the other projects around basically the Never Ending Project, right, which is coming in every single day and delivering value to our agent base and so on and so forth. So yeah, those are the big things on the radar right now. So
that is awesome. Great to hear that. And if you're all digging the content, appreciate a like, a follow, drop a comment below. Let us know where you're listening from. So we can both agree that technology is completely revolutionizing the real estate market. So how has the market changed from like when you first got started to where it's at now?
Yeah. It's interesting. I got into the business back in 2011, which was the last time the market shifted. If you think about it, right? That 2010, 2009. And I think the difference between then and today, a lot of it is technology. A lot of it is the knowledge that the consumer has based on whatever information they're able to glean out there from all the different places. So the market is different. I think the biggest change we're dealing with right now that we didn't deal with before was we didn't have that run up in pricing. We weren't coming out of a global pandemic. There wasn't this huge pent-up demand. All the things that were going on with home pricing and just the escalation of sale price and things like that. We're going to feel it a little bit differently than we felt it last time. Last time, the market shifted, prices started to soften. Everybody understood that, right? What goes up must come down, if you will. Here's the difference. The difference is that we went up so much, right? Prices were like this. Houses were selling, 15% over, 20% over asking price, all this crazy stuff going on. So it's going to feel a little bit worse, if you will, right? It's going to feel a little bit different because the adjustment that we're going to make is going to be a little bit sharper. Now, here's the thing. Any consumers out there listening, it's nothing to be afraid of. It happens every year. We have the real estate cycles every year, right? With winter and seasonality and things like we go through a shift, right? A shift every year. And yet what I can tell you is on what we're dealing with right now, guys, I live in Central Kentucky. I'm only licensed in the state of Kentucky. I talk to people all over the United States, and every market is a little bit different. Every market in the city, right? There are different little subdivisions and things like that. So don't let something you hear on the news about what's happening in maybe Arizona, California, Florida, don't let that become a part of, where your mindset is with what's going on right here in Lexington or Georgetown or Versailles, because at the end of the day, we do have some softening and we've got some shortages of inventory. And yet, you know what? Just take a deep breath, get educated, right? Find a great real estate agent and just make sure you understand where your expectations need to be. So, we're going to feel a little bit, we probably won't feel it like a lot of other parts of the country, right? We never really do, I think, Midwest, steady Eddie, if you will. So that's my 2 cents. No one has to endorse that. That's just the world according to Bo. So there you are. Take it for what it's worth, my friend.
Yeah. I love that. And that kind of leads into, with what's going on in the Central Kentucky market. Because, like we both service the same market. It is absolutely crazy right now. Some areas they have like as little as 2 weeks of inventory, and other areas, it's like a month and a half. So what should potential buyers and sellers know that are thinking about moving into Central Kentucky?
Yeah, that's a excuse me, that's a fantastic question. Here's the main thing we got to remember is, in the world of real estate, historically, 6 months, right? 6 months worth of inventory is like a balanced market.
Yeah.
So when people talk about, oh my gosh, the rubber band's snapping back and all these different things, remember, 6 months worth of inventory is considered a balanced market. Okay, we're still sitting at less than 30 days. So we're really far away from any kind of balancing. So the thought process has to be that it's going to start moving that way. So just be prepared. Your question about, if you're talking to a consumer and we're talking to this market or ending this market, here's the key. Find a great real estate agent, right? Find a great real estate agent, whether you're buying a house, selling a house, renting a house. Find someone that's literally got their hands in the market every single day. And here's why. They have a process. They're studying it every single day, right? They're watching the numbers every day. They have tools and resources that go far beyond some of the big players on the internet, right? Because here's the thing. When you find that right agent, commit to the process. Just commit to the process and understand that your time frame is all that matters. That's all that matters, because ultimately that's the only thing that's going to drive your decision. Your time frame, right? Your price point, right? And basically, we want to, find a house in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of hassles. So understand the time frame, understand what the obstacles could be, and then hone in on your non-negotiables. And incidentally, and this, Daniel, your list of non-negotiables, it's not that long. It's about that long, right? Commit to the things that are the most important to you, because that's ultimately what's going to lead you to your goal, which is to buy a home, sell a home, or something like that, right? You may not get everything that you desire to have in that property. You can get the most important things, right? You can get the most. So maybe that top 10 list, maybe it's a top 4, maybe it's a top 4 things, right? Now, when the inventory snaps back, and it will. You and I, if I get lucky enough and I don't run off a bunch of people, maybe I'm on your show again and we're having a different conversation about like, Bo, how do you navigate this market? Because there's thousands of homes for sale. I go on a street and there's 12 houses to choose from and prices are falling, and that'll be a conversation. You'll be interviewing someone at some point having that conversation. So what I would tell you is commit to the process. Commit to someone to help you through that process. Know what your obstacles are. Set great expectations with yourself, and just understand this. You'll get the most important things when you know what they are. And other thing is, ask a lot of questions.
Yes, could not agree with you more. I mean, that's sound advice. So let's shift gears just a little bit, because we talked about the consumer side. Now, yep. If I'm a real estate agent and I'm coming into this market, where do I start? Because I'm freaking out because there's no inventory.
Right. Absolutely. Well, the first place you always start is making sure that you're maintaining a high level of communication with all of your clients. You're checking on them, obviously, in a market like this, you're checking on them more often. Okay. You've got, and to do that, you've got to have some sort of a platform that you're putting them into to stay in touch with them, to not lose track of them. Because what we're seeing on the real estate agent side is the amount of time, right, that we're spending to sort of nurture these folks and bring them along. Okay. Well, obviously it's much longer because we don't have as much inventory. Right. So if it looks something like you need to show them 5 houses, and in their price point, only 1 house is on the market, it's going to take a minute, right? So on the agent side of it, set great expectations. Make sure your customers understand. Most people don't enter the market; they enter the market every 6 years. So their last experience 6 years ago probably looks a lot different than where we are today. So your only way you're going to know that as an agent is to ask a lot of questions. And when you ask a question, then listen for an answer. Believe it or not, real estate agents, and well, you know what? I won't say real estate agent. I'll say myself as a real estate agent. I'm a talker, Daniel. Daniel, will start giving me the wave like, Bo, stop talking. And yet what I can tell you is we get excited. We get excited. We love what we do. And it comes across, so as a real estate agent, make sure that you're asking a lot of questions that matter, and then make sure you're listening at a high level.
Yeah. Well, and it's excitement, but it's also the passion that you have for the industry, and just making sure that consumers get exactly what they want.
Well, you've got a great opportunity if I'm spending more time with my buyers, and nurturing them along. If I'm spending more time with my sellers prior to listing, right? Because we're watching they sell one, they've got to go buy one. So that inventory shortage, it's affecting them at some level too, right? Have alternate solutions, right? Have other ways that they can make that happen. Get into relationship. If you're a real estate agent, get into relationship. Have lots of conversation. These people, you're going to have to make sure your clients, you're going to have to probably lead them along a little bit longer than usual, right? There's a lot of buyer fatigue out there. It gets a little frustrating. Then when we do sometimes find a house, maybe we don't actually win the offer, right? Maybe our offer isn't the one that's selected. Well, that doesn't feel very good either, right? So just understand where we are and focus on the things that you can control. That's something I talk about all the time. We cannot control the market. We cannot control inventory levels. We can't control what other people think, do, or say. And yet we can control what we do, what we think, what we say, and what we do. So focus there.
Sound advice from Bo, as always, sir. So as we begin to wrap up, if I'm looking to buy, what is the one piece of solid advice that you can give me?
Oh, find a great real estate agent to take you through that process. Sit down with a real estate agent and do a consultation. Answer all the questions. Be honest, be committed. Commit to that. If they're the right person, if you're the right person and you feel like they are, commit to them, commit to the process. Okay. And you'll know, and start there. There's a lot of things that you can find on the internet. You can get data on I don't care what it is as a consumer, you can find a ton of data on anything. And yet what I'm going to tell you is the emotions, right? And all the things that go along with buying your home, selling your home. You need someone riding second chair with you so that they keep you in the logical side when you need to be there, the emotional side when you need to be there, because it's a little bit of a roller coaster sometimes, right? So my first thing I would tell everybody is, interview some real estate agents, interview them, sit down with them, ask them great questions, right? And see what questions they ask you. And are they asking you thought-provoking questions? Are they asking you why that's important, right? And how is that going to show up in your life with your family? When someone is speaking to you that way, that's when you know that that person's looking out for you. And I think at the end of the day, I think most clients in any industry, if they're truly a client, you're a CPA, your attorneys, whatever. If you're really a client, you feel that, right? You feel that when you are working with someone, if they truly see you as a client or see you as a transaction.
Okay. Very sound advice. So you mentioned earlier that you're kind of got this project going on at Red River Gorge, like this investment or development project.
Sure.
What would you say to potential investors that are looking to capitalize on this market?
Yeah, I get that question a lot, and it's real simple. Hold on to your cash, right? Hold on to your cash. Put yourself in position. Go out today and talk with a mortgage lender, a mortgage professional, or your banking contact, or whoever you do business with, right? And go in and say, hey, I'd like to buy a rental property. What do I got to do? Understand that financing. It looks different than when we buy our house to live in, right? So go out and look at that and talk to someone and just find out what you have to do financially. Because here's the thing, maybe you're not ready today. Maybe you're not ready. It's not the time. Okay, great. So if I get all that information, can I start heading in the right direction? Absolutely. Right. And the other piece I would tell you is, here's what we know. It's not good or bad, no right or wrong, no judgment. Here's what we know. The market is going to soften. Now, it's not going to crash. There won't be this explosion that you hear. It's going to soften. What does that mean? That means that prices are going to come down. Okay, I get that. So that's a softening market. Well, when you make money when you buy real estate as an investor, the day you buy it. Now, I could flip how I don't flip. You could flip houses, or you could be buy hold strategy. Well, if you're buy hold strategy, right now, the prices are high. Rent rolls are really high too, though. Right. So there's that piece you got to jockey with. I think the biggest thing for most people that invest is, or when they're just starting out, is they don't do all the legwork on the front end because they might be a little fearful. Just dive in there. You don't want to be monkeying around with getting pre-approved when you're starting to look at houses. Right now, today, sit down, put your financial statement together, whatever it looks like. Whatever it looks like, put it together, get ready, because most folks are going to, as investors, are going to buy the investment property with a loan of some sort. Go get pre-approved, find out what it is, find out what you're really looking at. And then, you know what? Get in the game. Just get in and see. Right now, if you've got somebody, Daniel, you know this, you get calls from people that would like to rent a property. You can't find a rental.
Yeah.
So if you're an investor out there and you're worried about that month when you can't get it rented, it's not out there right now. I mean, if you've got a tenant in a place, they're staying because there's not a lot of inventory to rent out there either. So, but that would be my biggest piece of advice. Understand the financing part of it and what that looks like and how to leverage that. And loan programs are different with investment properties and stuff like that. So, yeah, just always seeking knowledge, knowledge from the pros, and a mortgage. And let me tell you something, as a real estate investor, the mortgage lender, right? And Daniel, you know this because I know you fill this spot for a lot of people. A great mortgage lender is going to be a key component to that for most people, so yeah.
Very cool. Bo, I want to thank you for taking time to be on the show today. So how do people get in contact with you?
Oh, get in contact with me? Oh my gosh. Well, my cell phone number is 859-983-6348. That's the best way. And here's another one. So our Keller Williams Commonwealth office that I work out of is in Hamburg, right behind Malone's, that big silver building. If you find yourself in this neck of the woods, poke your head in and say, hey, is Bo around? And I'll be the guy running around with his hair on fire. That'll be me, right? So no, I'm kidding. Poke your head in, come see us. Of course, we're on the web and everything else like that. I'm on Facebook. But yeah, anybody I can help with anything, let me know.
Okay. Bo, again, thank you so much. Join us next week as we travel out to the Midwest in the Arizona and Kansas area. We're going out to Phoenix and then right there in the heart of Kansas. So till then, everybody enjoy your week and we will catch you next time around.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate the opportunity.
Holding my breath and I'm ready to go. I'm falling right in and I'm ready to go. I found what I want.